What's going on, champs and chambits? It's FireMonkey here, and recently the topic of battle passes has been a main discussion point for basically everyone, and the reason why is because there's been a recent blog post that's been posted, or I guess not a blog post, but a Twitter thread that was posted, talking about all of the cosmetics in the battle pass that are now exclusive and you're no longer able to obtain them. And it is a pretty big list. I mean, if you pay attention to what Fortnite is right now, it's slowly shifting from a battle royale to this metaverse universe type of game, where there's just a million different games you can play inside of it, and there's going to bring in more and more players as time goes on, but there's a lot of cosmetics that you may want that you're unable to actually obtain because they were never sold in the item shop and they were only sold in limited time variants, such as being sold, for example, what can we actually say here, like the Fortnite crew or the battle pass, right? That's basically the only two things that are technically limited time. And while sure, the battle pass is in this weird situation where it's like, hey, they said the cosmetics technically wouldn't ever return, there's always ways to kind of go around that, change their minds on how they want the system to work, maybe exclusive variants or something. There's a lot of things they could do there, but in other places, like the Fortnite crew, they have it open in the vague area where if they want to bring back an old Fortnite crew cosmetic in the future, they 100% can. So to start it off here, let's talk about a lot of cosmetics that were either from the Fortnite crew or from old battle passes or current battle passes that you're unable to actually obtain anymore. I have this over on my other monitor, so I will be kind of auto running forwards while looking at the list, but we have stuff like Superman, Aquaman, Green Arrow, Raven from Teen Titans, Doomslayer. We had the original Witcher collab. We had Laura Croft, Gabby Lame, Neymar Jr., Deadpool, Carnage, Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom, Groot, Rocket Raccoon, which that one was a backbling. It wasn't really a skin, but kind of matches because it's a whole entire character. We have She-Hulk, we have Loki, we have Mystique, we have the Prowler, we have the Spider-Verse version of Spider-Gwen, we have the original Spider-Man, we have Storm, Thor, Iron Man, we have Wolverine, we have the Mandalorian, we have Ahsoka, we have Darth Vader, we have Optimus Prime, we have Predator, Eren Yeager, Guggimon, we have Indiana Jones, Rick Sanchez, Peter Griffin, and Solid Snake, which currently you can obtain, but after March, they're gone forever. And we even have like Wolverine Zero, for example, which is a part of the Fortnite crew, right? So we have two versions of Wolverine that you aren't able to obtain anymore because of the whole exclusivity thing that they've got going on with it, and the whole entire situation of being like, hey, this one's from the crew, it might return in the future, we don't know, but the original Wolverine is in a spot where it's like, that's the battle pass, and they don't want to touch old battle passes at all. I mean, there was a time before where they wanted to sell Renegade Raider in the item shop. They added the whole entire like checkered variant and everything as a way to kind of sell it off or whatever, but they never ended up selling it. They had the asset prepared. They went ahead and posted on the old Fortnite mobile, Party Hub app, an accidental post of Renegade Raider being in the shop, so they planned to do that at one point, but it seems Epic Games is very fidgety over what they do and don't want to sell, to the point where they've considered doing certain things like selling old battle pass cosmetics in the item shop, or at least the old ones from before they actually, mentioned it was a battle pass type of system. And we kind of just seen this kind of back and forth where they kind of want to touch that area, but at the same time it feels like they don't want to touch it at all. And I want to bring the discussion up to you guys. What should they do about battle passes? One thing that I've been an advocate for is having it so you could do old battle passes, even if you could like purchase old ones, right? I am completely fine with that. I'm someone who's played Fortnite since before we even had seasons in the game, back when it was just kind of like the lobby and nothing else. And of course it had the save the world mode back then, of course. But I've been someone who's played Fortnite for the longest time. I've pretty much purchased every single battle pass that was purchasable, and in the game's API you can see if you've purchased old battle passes, you can see what your tier was for every single one of the old battle passes. They have all that data there, so it's in a spot where yes, they would need to rework some old stuff because old battle passes were based on your actual level or whatever else, and not so much this old battle star system or whatever else we got going on here and there, but they switched it a few times there. But they have the data in the files where they could go ahead and technically let you do old battle passes once again, and that is something that I would be completely fine with. Also, why am I just seeing it rain gunshots from the sky? I mean, I get there's a lot of bots fighting out here, but that's whatever. But I am completely one who is for having us being able to do old battle passes. Not only that, right? I'm not only just for us doing old battle passes, but I'm for anyone who hasn't owned an old battle pass to be able to purchase them once again in the near future and being able to do them at their own pace. That is something I am fine with, because if you guys don't know, I have a lot of cosmetics in the game, right? I have a lot of exclusive stuff, iconic, honor guard, all that type of stuff, the wonder skin. I have a lot of rare things in the game, but at the same time, I'm in a spot where I'm like, I personally wouldn't care if these were sold in the item shop or something, right? I wouldn't care if they brought these back, because sure, they're an exclusive or whatever, they might look cool, but at the same time, by bringing stuff like this back, it just allows more people to get cosmetics that they may have enjoyed and they may like using in the game without having to go out of their way to, try doing things that are against the terms of service of Fortnite, like buying accounts or doing things that, they shouldn't be doing, like, trying to scam people or whatever else. Who knows what the people are trying to do, right? But I think that it would just be normal and nice for them to go ahead and allow us to, get the more opportunities at old exclusives, but also old battle passes as well, because I find it ridiculous how we can have Rick and Morty cosmetics returning like every single week, but regardless of how many times Rick and Morty cosmetics return, you're unable to get Rick Sanchez because he was in a battle pass. Meanwhile, your best alternative is a back bling of him called the Pickle Rick back bling, which of course is a reference to the show and everything else, but it's like, hey, if you're someone who likes Rick Sanchez, you like Rick and Morty, and you want to obtain all the Rick and Morty cosmetics, you're locked out of one of the main characters from Rick and Morty just because you didn't play the game sooner, right? And I mean, like, if we look at someone like my father who's played Fortnite on and off here and there, there's been, like, for the longest time, he didn't want to get in the game, right? But he got into the game because of imposters, rest in peace, Epic Games, if you're watching this, bring imposters back, please. He got into the game because of imposters, and he got in the game during the same amount of time that we had the Rick and Morty season, which was a collaboration that, was exciting because it was a character that he enjoyed and everything. And now it's like, imagine if, he started playing imposters a little bit later, after that season had actually ended or something, or he started playing Fortnite a little bit later on down the line, he would have been locked out of getting Rick Sanchez, right? He wouldn't have been able to actually get that cosmetic in the game because of this whole entire battle pass system. And I think that, it's one of the bad parts about having a lot of collaborations in the battle passes is it leads to this whole entire spot where it's like, hey, if you want it, you have to get it now, or else you're gonna have the FOMO of never being able to obtain this ever in the future unless they do, like, a zero reskin or something. But then again, the reskin version might not be the exact same version that you wanted them to actually do, so it ends up just being a 50-50. So I would love to hear in the comments down below, what do you think about old battle passes? Do you think they should make them return? Technically, they have all the data where they could do that. Do you think they should just sell off collaboration cosmetics in the item shop after a certain amount of time has ended from a battle pass? What do you think the proper solution is here? Personally, for me, I'm someone who doesn't care about OG or exclusive cosmetics. Bring them back all they want, right? I don't really care too much about that type of stuff, and I think it would just be nicer to be able to see more people being able to wear the cosmetics they want to wear, especially as the game continues to evolve and becomes more than just a battle royale. There's a lot of cosmetics that people who may not even care about a battle royale genre have just kind of been locked out of because they want to play the newer genres in the game, and they didn't care about the game back then when it wasn't the game they even wanted to play. And I mean, as a little bit of a story time, I will admit, there was a time when I cared more about having these exclusive cosmetics or whatever, right? I mean, especially because of how Fortnite had, some cosmetics that had become really rare, there was a time where I was wanting to make sure I had all these little rare cosmetics in games and stuff. I would play some games betas, simply put, because they would give you like a little icon or a trophy or a name card for the game's full release, and I was like, oh, this is super rare, people aren't going to have this in the future when the game's out. And I think it's just because of like the Fortnite effect, where it's like, yeah, but none of these games might not last as long as Fortnite has lasted. They might not have the same impact that Fortnite has had, and it's like, okay, cool, you can brag that you played the game's beta, but at the same time, if you play one of these games betas or whatever else, the cosmetic you get then, sure, it might be rare or something, but the cosmetics that release after the game already has come out are going to look a lot cooler, they're going to be a lot more unique, and you'll probably be using them more than you would a flex status badge of being like, look guys, I played the beta of this game. It's just something that, I kind of recently got out of with the whole entire like FOMO of, oh, I gotta play the game's beta at least to this level or whatever else to get all the rewards, because what if this game is the next Fortnite? What if this is the next big game that I play all the time? And the truth is, I think that is just me wanting to get rare cosmetics, having the ability to be like, yeah, so I have this rare thing in the game, when in reality, it doesn't matter, right? There's cool, like, sure, it might be rare, but there's cooler stuff to actually have out there, and I think that's another reason why now I'm super, motivated to be like, hey, I've played the old battle passes, I've practically maxed out all of them except a few here and there, and I would be completely fine with them going ahead and allowing everyone to play these old battle passes and actually grind them out at their own pace. I feel that one game that does this really, really well is Halo Infinite, because you can buy the battle passes whenever you want after they release. You can choose which one is actively the one you're doing. You can do it at your own pace. You can activate your double XP tokens whenever, and you can do all that type of stuff and earn the cosmetics at your own free will without having to worry about, oh, I gotta buy it before this date, oh, I have to go ahead and complete it before this date, or anything like that. And I feel like, in the future, as Fortnite continues to evolve, they've got to evolve the battle pass system as well, because I don't think how it's currently going is going to be super good for the future, because, sure, in one way, there's the whole FOMO aspect. Maybe it makes more people want to purchase and grind the game out longer so they can complete stuff at their own pace, but at the exact same time, it just kind of, makes people in the community kind of be like, well, I really like this game, but at the same time, it really sucks that I was unable to get this specific character from insert old battle pass here or something, right? It's a double-edged sword, but at the same time, I just think, more ability for the players themselves to go ahead and claim cosmetics that they used to not be able to obtain, but now they're able to obtain through some changes or whatever else would be a very nice change, and I would be super excited to see how Epic Games could improve that going forwards, considering the fact that they want to make Fortnite this universe of games. They want to have the festival pass, they want to have Rocket Racing with its own whatever's going on, they want to have Fortnite Battle Royale with its whole entire battle pass and everything else, and it's like, as they continue adding more and more stuff, who knows how many more battle passes or whatever else get added to the game later down the line. But of course, I think I'm rambling on a little bit too far. I think the video's kind of bouncing all over the place. I'm going to end it there. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about the whole entire battle pass debacle? What do you think about all these old cosmetics becoming exclusive, especially collaborations, and what do you think they should do going forwards? Anyways, with that said, my name's FireMonkey. Hope you champs and chambets enjoyed today's YouTube video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and peace out.